Hi there, it's Lisa Ling here, and if you're getting this, it's because I've taught your child or your children karate, yoga, and mindfulness or kid power over the last few years. And since COVID, I haven't been teaching in-person enrichment classes, but what I have done is spent that time creating something that's, I think, 10 times better. It includes movement and mindfulness, all those things that your children love, all geared around something very, very powerful for children, which I've added in, which provides a common thread and a continuity for it all, which is story. And I've written a book. I spent 3 years writing this book. It's about a girl and a dragon, and the dragon teaches the girl all of the ancient wisdom. She's 12, and it's geared for 8 to 12 year olds, boys and girls. And it's really about becoming yourself. It's about becoming not just one thing and merging the dark and the light within yourself, but becoming loving as well as powerful, being able to listen and tune into yourself as well as listen to others, to be able to be strong and fierce, but also gentle and kind. Those qualities that we want our children to have, not just one or the other, but both. This is what I wanted most for my kids. I wanted them to hang on to all that joy and wonder and all that fascination about life. But I also wanted them to be able to set goals and meet the expectations and be on time and do things according to a schedule and succeed in life. Like you need, it's almost like two different parts of your brain. And a lot of kids feel like they live between two worlds and they're getting kind of whiplash between, going between them. They don't know how to navigate those gracefully. And so instead of this program, instead of, your child and you violently swinging back and forth, eventually you learn how to navigate all of those contradictions and contrasts much more gracefully, and you get into an ease and flow of your life. And this is what I have found has worked for me and my family. We used to have daily emotional chaos when they were younger, and the thing I wanted most was to have a peaceful and harmonious family. And my kids are now in their late teens, and they have that. And the other thing that they have from doing this work is a very strong and deep connection to themselves, not only to me, but to themselves, which is ultra important as they become teenagers. And that 8 to 12-year-old time period is so important to establish that so that they can kind of be immunized against a lot of the risks and temptations and pressures of teenagehood, which they are going to face. And I was just so glad that my kids, learn to love themselves, be happy just spending time with themselves, be aware of what's going on inside their own head, in their heart, their feelings, their thoughts, their actions, be responsible for all of themselves, and being able to navigate all of those tricky things that come with being a teenager. What else did I want to say here? So, learning how to be both relaxed and focused, learning how to be calm and confident, learning how to be, have fun, but also be fierce. We don't want just one or the other for our children. We want both. And yet we live in a world where it's like it constantly tells us you have to choose this or that. Well, do we? Do we really? So this book and this program, and the classes that are designed, there's movement and mindfulness classes all designed around this book. They give children a framework to make sense of all the contradictions in life, and to be happy, to not feel like they're being constantly thrown off guard. I learned how to navigate a lot of this through studying martial arts for so many years as Canadian champion, World Soke Cup champion, and also yoga, and teaching yoga, and also as a lawyer and a mother. I mean, there's so many contradictions that we have to live. I grew up in a small town, then I lived in 5 continents, so life is full of contradictions. And in fact, one of the things we say about our leaders is that one of the qualities of leadership is that you're able to balance opposites and hold these contradictions and hold space for both. And that's one of the qualities of a very good leader. So that's what this program is about. Navigating life more gracefully and having an ease and a flow and becoming lovingly powerful. If you're interested in doing this with me, with your child, it's something that you can actually do together. You don't have to, but it's one of those rare and wonderful opportunities to actually do something with your child. It's designed to have something for both adults and children. I have students who are as young as 7 and as old as 75. So I've blended a lot of these different needs into this program, especially during this time, because I know people are just finding it difficult with the lockdown and all of that. So if you're interested in joining me, reply to the email with Dragon People in the subject line. I'll explain why. But dragons are creatures, that are so powerful. In the West, they're considered dark and evil. In the East, they're considered benevolent and wise and full of light. So it's kind of like us, we have both dark and light in us, and we have to learn to accept all of that and balance all of that. And when we do, we can be ourselves.